had to go get stitches. So, from your left to right, Fletcher Lawyer and Oscar Clough. Raise your hand. We'll get a microphone to you. I'll go ahead.
Hey, Fletch, the game, exciting game, emotional game for you during the game, getting excited. Talk about your interaction on the floor with the players, the coaches, and how much excitement it is for you to bring to the team.
I mean, yeah, you got to have some joy to win the game. Obviously, when shots don't go in, it's not as fun, but ultimately you got to do your job and get the win. And we got to have enjoyment in getting stops and being more aggressive on defense so we can get out and run on offense.
Oscar, how would you assess your team's performance rebounding tonight?
I'm going to be honest and say very average. I think we got a long way to go, but, it's only November.
Going off of that, Oscar, how much of this can get solved just with Trey coming back and being in the lineup?
Oh, well, obviously Trey's a huge part. You've seen what he did last year. I think he's going to play a huge part in what we need.
Fletch, I think you guys had 13 assists to 2 turnovers away from Braden. Just what was kind of the key of your guys' ball movement tonight away from the pick and roll even?
Yeah, just attacking those gaps and finding our shooters. It's a different zone. It's something you don't see often, but I think when you break it down, you can attack the paint. You're going to be able to find shooters, but we did a good job taking care of the ball and executing.
Fletch, did the game just kind of open up when you started getting the ball in the paint after the cold shooting start?
Yeah, definitely. We struggled shooting the ball, but found Oscar down low, attacked some of the closeouts. Braden started getting downhill. It opened up quite a bit, but it just came down to we needed to get more stops so we could be on offense more.
Oscar, you had 12 points, 5 rebounds in that second half. What changed for you out of halftime?
I think just understanding how physical I really have to be, and then that wasn't even a scrape of it really, but I think we just needed some.
Oscar, is there a common theme with the rebounding in these first 2 games that is a little bit of a concern?
Obviously it's not great right now, but I think we have a lot of room for improvement, and I think that's something that's going to be great for us.
Fletcher, do you feel like the team needed a game like this without Trey facing some adversity and having to make plays down the stretch to win? And can this make you better moving forward?
I mean, I guess so. Obviously, it's good to be in a close game and grind it out, but ultimately, I guess it shows how much work we got to do. Losing that Kentucky show, we need to get better. Having a tight one here shows us we gotta keep getting better and be more physical.
Hey, Oscar, over here. What's it like for you? You're a veteran, but you're in here playing with a veteran group of guys to see them and see how they've embraced you.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's been a lot of fun. Working out with these guys, practicing with these guys. They're legends around here, and they're legends in what they do. So it's make my life a lot better.
Fletch, that's your 112th straight start with Braden. The next one will break the record for Purdue. Just what does that longevity and your guys' pretty much playing from day one here mean to you guys?
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's something we've put a lot of work in to do, but ultimately, me and him, we care about winning. So if we're still doing our job and we're still giving us the best shot to go win, we want to go do that. And but we're gonna base it off how we do. So if we're not winning, we're gonna be upset. So none of that matters unless we keep winning.
Fletcher, on a couple occasions here, you've mentioned getting stops, rebound, or defense not being good enough. Just where did you still see the biggest lapses there? What has to get better by next week?
Yeah, we just beat Oakland by 10 points. Credit to them. They played a great game. But if we're supposed to be the number 1 team in the country, we got to be better than that. And it starts on the defensive end. Shots didn't go in, but shots aren't always going to go in. That's just how it goes down. So we got to be better on defense and can't let them get downhill, and then we're helping, and we're not rebounding because we're out of position.
Fletcher, how much did you guys just feed off Braden there to start the second half to kind of get you back into this thing?
Yeah, he was huge. It's a strange zone, something you hardly ever see, but he started to get downhill. He started to kind of attack those two guards up top. And when you got such a good passer getting downhill and creating space, he's going to find his people, and he starts scoring the ball. So that opened up a lot for us.
Oscar, you got here late in the summer. You go through the 2 exhibition games, and it seemed like you were still trying to find yourself in this offense. Are you starting to see yourself, I guess, the payoff now of putting in the time and being more comfortable with these guys?
Oh yeah. Oh, I know it's there for sure. I mean, it's just going to be building that over time. You know, obviously I have barely played any games with Trey still, and that's going to be a huge thing. I think is getting him back.
Anything else? Thank you, guys. All right, guys, Matt Painter, raise your hand. Kyle, go ahead.
Hey, Coach, talk about Coach Campy and how hard those kids played and what a game they gave you.
Yeah, I thought obviously they played a very, very good Michigan team before, but just from a human behavior standpoint, you know, they have some really good offensive players. And when you get beat like that, no matter who you get beat by, you know, you want to play a game real quick, right? You want to get back out there. You want to compete. Obviously, he's a Hall of Fame coach, and was just impressed by their personnel. I thought they played hard. I thought they competed. I thought they were quicker to the ball than we were, especially in that first half. And but no, hats off to Coach Campy and his crew. I thought they were really good tonight.
You were obviously disappointed with the rebounding the other night. 9 offensive rebounds for them in the first half tonight. How much of it is missing Trey? How much of it is not getting what you need out of the guys who are here?
Yeah, I think it's just embracing the physicality of the game. Like, you can't, you know, talk about what you don't have, you know. And I think for us, it's just when you get behind plays and you try to rebound, it's going to be harder. But when you don't get behind plays, you should have good rebound balance, and then we weren't getting those. I think you saw the second half, our guards, you know, did a much better job. I thought Oscar was quick to the ball. He had a couple that he probably should have got that he didn't, but I thought his effort was good. I didn't think anybody else's effort was really that good until the second half. I thought that one stretch in the second half, that's where we went on the run, is because we were able to get stops and get rebounds. And we were doing a good job defending them in the first half. But when you give up those rebounds, you know, you're going to get spray out threes, you're going to get fouls, you're going to get putbacks, and they're going to go against you. But it's something we, you know, you always emphasize. You hear me always talking about it. You never have it right. Even if you're the one out rebounding somebody, you got to keep working on rebounding. You got to keep working on taking care of the basketball. And that's what the kind of the shame for us was. You know, we missed some shots in the first half, and we really executed well in the first half. We got really good looks. And we played this game again, this score would not be the same. But the ball didn't go in, and that's part of it. Like, that's part of the game. When the ball doesn't go in, who are you? And in the first half, like, we weren't very good. And you got to be able to rebound the basketball at that time and be stingy and embrace the physicality of the game. I thought they were quicker to the ball in the first half. I thought their physicality in the first half was better than us. And then the second half, we picked it up a little bit. But we also shot better in the second half. So we can't sit there and balance our energy level on whether the ball goes in or not. Like, we got to find energy through our effort and through defense and through rebounding.
You just segued right into my question, but you always talk about don't let your shooting affect everything else.
Yeah.
From a dribble containment perspective, that doesn't seem to be where you want it.
Right.
Was that the case, or is something missing there?
No, just, you know, I think when you go and you work on your, when you go and work on your game all the time, you have pride in your work. Like, we have a lot of skilled guys. They have pride in their work. You just don't shoot the way Fletcher Lawyer does without putting in a lot of work, right? We got to have that same pride on guarding the basketball. We got to have that same pride in following a scouting report. To be great, that's what we're going to have to do. And that's what I talked to them about. You want to win 6 games, you know, in March and April. You're not going to shoot the basketball, you know, well, six games. You're just not. You hope you do, right? But you're just not. And now it's going to be those other things. So we got to collectively get better in those areas.
You talk a lot about making the most of your minutes, and it's hard to be consistent with inconsistency. But Liam Murphy came in for about a 3-minute stretch there in the second half, and I know he didn't get a ton of rebounds, but it seemed like he was around the ball, knocked down a couple of big shots for you. Just how important was that during that 2-minute stretch there in the second half?
Oh, it was huge. And, that's what he can do. Like, you see there's no hesitation. He missed his first couple, then he makes that one at the end of the first half. But that stretch right there where it's at about a 1-possession game, he makes, seem like back-to-back threes. I don't know if it was. And that gives us a lift. And I know I didn't go back to him. I thought JB did some good things. But just from that spot, you look at Jack playing 29 minutes in his second game, Liam playing around 11 minutes. And, you're getting 6 threes from that spot. We got to do a better job of maybe helping them through matchups. Like we get into some tough matchups. Those guys are really, they're really threes, right? If we want to get right down to it physically. But you see where it helps us on the offensive end, kind of the in-betweens on offense and defensive rebounding. That's where we got to shore it up. But, yeah, give Liam credit. Like that's tough to do. It's tough to do, but he proves that he's a prolific shooter.
Matt, part of the possession battle is, turnovers. You were 13-2 assisted turnover ratio away from Braden. Just what's kind of the key to all the playmaking around Braden even?
Yeah. I think that's obviously a bright spot across the board. I think we have, Oscar's a good passer, TK is a good passer, Fletch is a good passer, JB's a good passer. So Omer's a very good passer. So then, now you're dealing with maybe the best passer in the game. So, you just want to keep taking your shots. I don't think that's our issue. I like the efficiency of what we did tonight. It was pretty good. You can't get mad. I think we had 2 or 3 shots in the first half, maybe a shot or 2 in the second half you'd like to have back. But for the most part, we were getting the shots we wanted. But you got to keep making good decisions. You got to keep passing the basketball and just trying to manipulate the defense.
Matt, how close was Trey to going tonight?
Yeah, he started going through the walkthrough. He did non-contact the last 2 days, and then he went through just kind of our shoot-around that I said walkthrough, but really our shoot-around. He did a couple things, and then he just said it was still bothering him. So,
is the benefit these 2 games here this week? You played a lot of different guys together that maybe haven't played together. You got used to that, and then you get in a game where you face adversity and have to make plays down the stretch to win.
Yeah, you look at him not being in the game and the experience that Liam and Jack, because that's really who it affects, had, and that's what you want. You want guys that have had some experience, that have been in games. If you want to, play smaller, or he gets into foul trouble, now you got guys that are, that are more game ready. Liam's played in a lot of college games. Obviously, JB hasn't, but you could see the overall package that, that Jack brings. So, but yeah, in hindsight, I think that's a good thing, because you're getting some experience for some guys collectively, with everybody else that they just haven't played with them. And I think that always benefits you.
Just to be clear on Trey, you said you were going to have him looked at earlier in the week. You're still pretty sure it's just a minor.
Yeah, they
day-to-day
did. They
type
did
thing.
X-rays, and they said it was everything was, there was nothing. And then I think they did an MRI before the game. I just haven't talked to Chad, so they didn't say nothing to me. So I would assume everything's fine.
Hey, Matt, talk about Oscar, how he's adjusting to the senior leadership on the team,
Yeah.
and being an older guy, how he's adjusting and how well he's playing.
Yeah, he's good. I think he's somewhere going to be in between how he played at Washington State and how he played at South Dakota State. One place he averaged 7 and 4 in 20 minutes. The other place he averaged 18 and I think 12 and a half in 27 minutes, if I got all that right. So I think he falls somewhere in between there. Just the, Daniel's there also, so he doesn't, tonight was a lot of minutes, I think, for him, but that's what he's been used to playing. But yeah, like anytime, you get 4 blocks in 29 minutes and 9 rebounds and 5 for 6 from the field, 4 for 5, those are good numbers. I think we got to do a better job around him. We can't rely on him to get every single rebound. We got to get it. And with that being said, I thought, Braden got 7, JB got 7, he got 9. I thought we were all right in the second half. In the first half, we just got to do a better job and be more ready.
Coach, coming out of halftime, Braden was the guy to bring the energy with those two 3-point plays in the first couple of minutes. Was that the message from you for him to attack more downhill, or is he just that kind of player where he wants to take over the game himself?
No, we were just going to open it up. Like, we were getting looks, like, in a regular game, how it takes off, like we were getting the looks that we want. We were getting a lot of perimeter looks, and whether we're going to throw the ball inside and post or drive it, we had to put that stress around the rim. Like, it's the downside of shooting a lot of threes. Like, you're not going to go to the free throw line a lot, right? And like, now, if you're making threes, it makes a whole lot of sense, right? You don't need to. But if you're not, like, now you got to have some of those balances. And they were staying home with some shooters, so we just thought trying to let him just kind of maneuver and set some screens, maybe a short roll here and there. But now Oscar blasting after he sets it. Now if he can get by those guys, now he can get to a pull-up, in which you saw he got to the rim a couple times and had those and-ones.
Aaron and then Casey.
CJ Cox was quiet on Tuesday and then had a good, efficient night tonight. What difference, if any, did you see from him tonight?
Yeah, just, the game's going to evolve. A lot of times people that follow it, they don't understand from game to game. You're going to have some different opportunities, especially in a situation like this where they're playing a very unique zone. It's what they're leaving open. It's not what we're trying to manipulate, because their zone is very unique and very different. But you're going to find yourself open sometimes when you shouldn't be open, and then you'll find yourself covered when you think you're open. It's like sometimes like nobody's on you, and sometimes two people are on you. And like after one pass, like sometimes that can stun you. You have to, kind of expect the unexpected when going against it. But I like to see him catch and shoot more, to be frank with you. He's an unselfish guy. He likes the dribble pull up, which there's nothing wrong with. But like when you get those easy catch and shoots, like you got to take them. It just makes a lot of sense when you're that good of a shooter.
112 consecutive starts for Fletcher and Braden ties the school record. Just that kind of longevity and just standard that
Who do they
set
tie
up.
it with? Bruce Parkinson? Really? Yeah, it's different, especially in today's game, right? Guys coming in and starting from day one and then staying. It used to happen all the time. I think you get like certain guys that, if you look through the history of Purdue, that will always be remembered together, whether that's fair or not. I think like Everett Stevens and Troy Lewis and Todd Mitchell will always be remembered together, and rightfully so. Each one, Robbie and Juwan, Chad Austin and Brad Miller. Like, you can just kind of go, but they start together and they grow together and they stay together and they win a lot. Like, nobody there, didn't win Big Ten championships and win a lot together. And that's what you want to be remembered for. And that's what they will be remembered for, no matter what happens, is their consistency and just how much they won. And as they move forward professionally, that's what hopefully they can bring to whatever professional team they go on, is like your value towards winning. And at the end of the day, like, we have some guys, that didn't play as much coming off the bench, but when things get sticky, that's the way it is. Play better. Like, and they've been there. Like, those guys they've been there when that's been them too. And they've always showed up the next day and tried to win the next game. And but no, they've had a fabulous career, but you kind of don't like talking about it until it's over. Like, you know what I mean? Like right now, like, get a rebound. Yeah. I said that with love too.
From our vantage point, I assume most of us could not see what happened to CJ in the first minutes. Just what happened there. He came out of the game for an extended period of time and then came back. It seemed
Yeah.
like he got scraped in the face, maybe.
Yeah, he got cut. He got a cut right over his eye, like you'd get like in a boxing match.
From someone else's hand or contact?
I don't know. I don't remember. I don't know.
Thank you.
No problem. Someone left a pen, noob. Oh. Says New York Yankees. Ah.
No, this one actually works.
It doesn't say New York Yankees. Thank you.